Ralph Edwards had the This Is Your Life program on, and one of my memories about your father that I always hold dear is, remember the bit was Ralph Edwards would surprise the guest. This is your life, and certain people would be like angered, surprised, reticent, but your father was just grateful. In fact, at one moment during the show, he kind of teared up and said, "I just wish my father was there to see this."
Yes, he was, and we actually in those days I was in the art business. I had a small art gallery in Century City in Los Angeles, and they presented him the and I'm going to make sure that for the winner of his script and the hat that he had signed by all of the guests, that you have a copy of that show that will go along with it. But
Perfect.
it was...
Yeah, we have his This Is Your Life script and a hat signed by everybody on it.
Right, exactly.
That's a story too.
Yeah, so at any rate, so I'll make sure you get that tape, so whoever gets the script will have a copy of the
Some of the
actual
signers on that hat.
Well, the hat was, as Ralph Edwards would do, he'd have all of your old, cronies that you knew years ago come on the show and honor you. And afterwards we had a party. And everybody came back to the house, and Dad, of course, took instead of a guest book, he took a cowboy hat.
How appropriate, of course.
Right, and it was one of his hats, by the way. And he had everybody autograph it. I didn't autograph it, so because I was probably busy hosting the party.
Yes.
Or co-hosting with my wife, but no, he had General Lew Walt from his Vietnam experience was signed it. I mean, nobody's going to care about this necessarily, but Russell Rukama, his high school English teacher, signed it, and some of his old buddies. And I was telling you the other day, one of the signers is Ray Densmore, his close friend from high school, and Ray had a son named John Densmore, and for any
I've heard of him. Now wait a minute, in the music world, he played in a group.
Yeah,
a Whiskey a Go-Go, The Doors.
The Doors, yeah. So Ray Densmore and Peggy Densmore were John's parents, and so they were there, and. But just a lot of old friends. George Marshall, the great director who Dad worked with on many films, signed it. But it's just a
wonderful treasure from that night.
It is a nice treasure for some collector to have.